Give him a mustache, right? Gotta get that baby looking nice. There it is, boys. Okay. What is up, guys? Welcome back. Garix here with Reps Up Athletics, and I just want to tell you guys exactly why I started Reps Up Athletics, because lots of people start this shit for the money, lots of people start this shit for the clout, but this is none of that, man. Back in the day, we're gonna just go back. I used to be hardcore into like athletics, we'll say, so like sports. Played on multiple school teams, basketball, football, track, did all the sorts of intramurals, was always in the gym, never really weightlifting, but always like being athletic and all that kind of stuff. So I was always found passion for it, and it was where I excelled in school. It was one of the things I was best at. My grades weren't always the best, but I was always excelling, making sure everything I needed to do to be able to play sports was going well. So if I needed this grade to be on the football team, that's what I did. I honed it in, and there was lots of things I would do just for sports. So I've always had that strong, just natural passion for it. So that really inspired me to start this company, as well as shortly after high school, my life kind of took a huge shift for the fact that all the sports stopped, because I wasn't going to school. I got a job, and I was making good money at the time for my age and everything. So I moved it on my own. Being the first person with my own apartment, lots of people would come to my place, lots of friends, lots of buddies, and they'd bring all sorts of things, all sorts of drugs, and it just started to become a huge problem. Not that I was like affecting my life majorly, but it grew to the point where it was like every weekend. And then what happened was we took some pressed pills we thought were Molly. They were not. They ended up being whatever they were, and it like fucked me up. There was chemicals in there that when I went to the doctor, they said the chemical that was in there is just gonna run its course, but my brain is thinking anything in my stomach is poison. So every time I would eat, every time I would drink, it would just come right back out. And it was horrible. I was losing weight. It was just like, I just looked like shit, felt like shit. My mindset was in the gutter. And literally, one of my buddies was like, hey man, and he was one of the guys I was doing all of this shit with, but he was like, hey man, after I feel like that, I go to the gym a couple times, I start to feel great. By the weekend comes around, I'm ready to go again. I'm like, maybe that could work. And me having a love for fitness in the past and athletics and all that kind of stuff, it just clicked, and I was like, okay, let's go. So I went, loved it, worked out pretty hard, and kept going and kept going and kept going. And it got to the point where I was like, man, like if I'm doing this so hard, why am I doing these drugs? Like if I do a rail right now, that's just gonna, like, I'm losing all my gains, all the work I'm putting into the gym. Like, I don't want to go to just do drugs. It's stupid. So what I did is I started to cut that shit out, and I started replacing it with like creatine, and I started replacing it with like proper proteins, and learning things that would benefit my body and fuel my body to be better than it was. And those things weren't that. And once that kind of clicked in my mind and I got that spark back, it was just like back in high school, man, when I fell in love with it and everything seemed right, and I found like motivation, I found purpose, my mindset was totally changed, elevated, and I realized a shift in my entire life. And since then, man, I'm a strong believer that my life has, yes, I've gone lots of dips and lots of lows, because life is bullshit at times, but I feel personally that I've been constantly elevating myself, even if it's a shitty situation, to handle that situation better, to think better, to come out the other end better. So that was one of the deciding factors to starting Reps Up Athletics, was because I loved that switch. I wanted to really help people who I knew were going through that, really help turn that switch and find a healthy lifestyle through fitness and nutrition like I did. And one of the things I started noticing that more people were, engaging with me. I started to get clients for it, and I was like, okay, this could be something great. So I started doing more and more of that with clients, and then it branched out into me being like, well, I used to do merch for all the music stuff, and I know how when I was a part of a fitness group here in Winnipeg, and I was being trained by them, when they gave me a shirt and a shaker cup and stuff, it just made me feel a part of the community, right? Part of the group, made me feel more involved. So what I wanted to do is I reached out to people who made my merch for my music stuff. I was like, hey, can you get me some stuff for my clients? This is what I want, blah, 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 blah. Gave them all my specs, and they came back. Everyone loved it. I had people who weren't even my clients buying it, and it was pretty cool. It was a run of t-shirts. They were huge black, gray, and they had huge R on the front with the 3 X's. It was just, I didn't expect it to be that big. I thought it would be something kind of in the center, but he blew it up huge. It was wild. But people seemed to like it, support it, and I was like, maybe if I made a nicer design, people would buy more clothes. And then I've always kind of liked the clothing idea and the photos and the cameras and the video editing and all that kind of stuff. So, because I did all our editing and shooting when I was doing the music videos and photo shoots and the promo and all that stuff. So, it just kind of tailored into this. So I just started doing it for this, and then more and more buzz started, and it just grew into something that I could see a possible future in. So I decided to dive head in, and basically, man, when I decided to start this, I was in the back of a work truck in the middle of winter, freezing my ass off. I was soaking wet, I remember it, and I was thinking like, man, I want something more me, like something more that I've built from the ground up that I feel proud about. Like, I do work for my stepdad's company doing steel and ironwork, and it is a good company, don't get me wrong, but I never saw myself as that kind of person. So as it progresses and as it goes on, I find myself like, that's what I want to do, and I'll feel like I'll resent myself if I don't jump. So I've been doing lots of moves lately to try and get myself better positioned, better educated, to really build Reps Up into something. So back to why I started it was because when I found that spark to really get back into fitness and nutrition and live a healthy lifestyle, I noticed a huge difference in like my own well-being, and I love seeing that spark in other people, and I love being the reason why people are like, man, I just lifted more than I ever did in my life. I feel amazing. I feel great. Like, I have a buddy of mine he's one of my best friends. I've known him since we were kids. He's always been active, always into sports, everything like that. He still plays sports, with his family and stuff, but he got a desk job. He's been promoted. Congratulations to him. So he got a desk job now, but he noticed his back was getting sore and he couldn't sit for longer than like 20 minutes. And he's like, man, like, I gotta stand up, walk around a little bit. Then when I sit down, it's like 15 minutes. I walk around, come back, it's like 10 minutes I can stand. By the end of the day, I can't even sit down. So like, I started getting him to come to the gym. We started working out a bit more, training his back, getting it stronger, and he noticed that he was able to sit longer, didn't get back pain at work. And now that he's done other things, he knows other things he didn't really notice, like, oh, my shoulders actually feel a lot better. I didn't know that they felt out of line, but now like my whole back feels supported. I feel great. My posture feels good, and like there's so many benefits to that. And then to keep building on that, he started focusing on his diet, and it just slowly built a healthy lifestyle. And like, when I look back, it just makes me proud, not only for him being my buddy, but for any client I have, to really see that spark in them. And then when I give them the knowledge that they need to carry it through life, like, they don't need me. I'm not in this to make money. I really like that spark. And like, once that spark is done, like, I will keep training you, I will keep showing you everything, but that spark is what gets me my jollies. That is what puts me in a good spot. And once you've got that spark and you're on your road, you don't need to keep paying me. Like, you can, I will give you everything you possibly need. We can even stay in touch, and I would let you know things that I know or help you along the way, just because I like doing it. So if I can help people, and the reason why, like, if I could do it for free, I would. I just enjoy it. If there was no such thing as jobs and you just did something you enjoy, this is what I'd be doing. But I need money to sustain my life, to be able to eat, to be able to go to the gym still and all that stuff. So I do need to charge at some point, but that is why I started a business doing it. And that's what ended up being my apparel business, which is now, we've been evolving it, growing it, moving it into something, a complete different entity. We used to have Reps Up Athletics as one, coaching and apparel, but instead of being apparel just for my clients, I want it to be its own separate thing, its own separate wing. So we've got Reps Up Athletics Apparel here, which we're calling RUA Apparel. That's the official name, RUA Apparel. It will stand for Reps Up Athletics Apparel, but that's the official name, RUA. We've been working hard, so hard these last couple months, really honing in on everything and we're trying to make this something you've never seen before, but it takes a lot of time because I didn't start this brand and everything when I was at home. I didn't have no safety net per se, we'll call it, and I was literally paying my way. Like every day I'd work was to pay for my life. Like I had to pay for my place to live, my food, my vehicle, insurance, all the bills. You guys know the shit. So I'm preaching the choir here. Like you guys know what's up. So basically I had to cover my entire life and everything that went on with that, and that's what I worked for, right? So when it came time to put money into my business, everything extra I had has been going into it and still goes into it. And there's lots of times where I've questioned, like, man, is this the right thing to do? Like, I'm putting everything I freaking got into this, and like, there's lots of things I'm giving up, and there's lots of things I don't do, and there's lots of things that I miss out on, and there's lots of things I can't do because I have such faith that this is what I need to do. This is what's going to make me happy, and whether it makes me $1 million, $100, $5, no money. Like, if I just find a way to keep doing it, that's when I'm most happy. So that's what I'm going to keep doing, whether I have to work this job at my stepdad's steel and iron company for the rest of my life, and I got to do that just to support my life, just to be able to do this on the side. That's what I'm going to do. And it's just, I'm willing to eat the shit. I'm willing to go through it all because this is what I love to do. Now there will be a point where I will have to make some choices and adjust things, but I'm never going to stop doing Reps Up Athletics. I'm never going to stop coaching people, training people, helping people in whichever way, shape, or form it comes down to be. It's what it's going to be. And I wholeheartedly feel so passionate about this, and I know this is what I'm supposed to do. And it's just, without a doubt in my mind, I feel that I will be successful to some degree in this. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to be rich because I can't guarantee that, but I do know that one way or another I'll find a way to do this my entire life. And I really enjoy it. And I love helping you guys. And I love seeing people. The best feeling in terms of my apparel was the first time I was actually walking. I can't remember. I want to say I was at Garden City Mall, but I can't really remember. But I walked past someone and they were wearing Reps Up clothing. And I was like, I don't even know you. And like, that was a cool feeling because it actually made me feel like it was real. And like, they didn't notice me. They didn't even know who I was, right? Not saying they should, but just the fact that they're wearing my apparel, that they don't even know who I am. It's like when I go by, Gorilla Jacks I wear all the time, but I know those guys. But for example, like when you go wear Nike, you don't know who owns it, right? But you're still repping it. Or when you go wear Under Armour, like, I don't really know the owner. I know the Rock's got a part in it, but that's the extent of my knowledge. But I still rock it. And it's like, if I walk past a dude in public, like, I don't know who he is, but he's probably like, oh, there's another one. And it's just cool to see someone wearing your gear. It's like, yeah, it made it feel like it's something. And like, now what my goal is currently with Reps Up during this cold COVID downtime is I've been finding any holes in my company that have been leaking, anything like that, so I can really patch them up and bring you guys a better product, bring you guys better services on all aspects. So I've been studying more, learning more about nutrition, diet, things inside of foods that like the ingredients and the effect they have on your body. So it's not only what the macros can say, but it's what the ingredients do for your body. So I can give my clients better nutrition plans, better diets. I can really dial in on this stuff and make it the best experience possible for you guys. And I've been elevating myself on my knowledge to do with the human body, on how the joints work, on how the muscles work, on what it takes them to grow, how they grow, when they grow, what you got to do, how much is too much, and to really give my clients and everyone who wants to work with me and an in-depth look and an in-depth workout plan. And so when then they go, they see results, they see them the quicker, they last longer, they get better results faster because I'm doing more behind the scenes to bring you guys that service 10 times better. And when this thing's over, I plan to come out like a slingshot. Like, I got things planned, I got things in motion that are ready to go, that I really want to bring you guys, because like, I could go off, but I don't want to talk before I walk, so I'm just going to keep them on the side. But just know that I'm preparing so much stuff to bring you guys better content, better information, just serve you guys better through my fitness and nutrition stuff. And our clothing, our goal for that right now is we split it into a complete different entity. So if you're watching this, On Instagram, we are RUA_apparel, RUA_apparel. And you can find us on there. There's all our clothing, all the links to it. We've been developing some of the best clothes I've ever had a hand in, and I think we've gone above and beyond in selecting the materials, selecting the fabrics, and we're working with a really good company. Two of them actually, they're super sweet. I can't say enough good things. They've been really helping me out. We've come up with a few amazing designs, and I'm keeping it different than all the things I see going around and all the generic fitness stuff. So it's gonna be cool. We got a lot of good things coming. I appreciate you guys so much for even supporting my dream, even the slightest, even just passing the word along, even just sharing this video, even just sharing a post. It means so much to me, and one of the main reasons that I did start Reps Up Athletics is for this feeling, for the feeling of helping people, for the feeling of the community, for the feeling of being a part of something bigger than just myself, being able to help as many people as I can at the same time. And man, I just get a good feeling doing this. So like I said, I appreciate all of you guys for watching this video, for even pressing play, for sharing, for liking, for subscribing to my channel, for whatever you do, for commenting on a picture. I appreciate everything. Nothing goes unseen or unappreciated. From the bottom of my heart, you guys mean a lot to me, and I thank you. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. There's new content every week. I do a video, fitness related, business related, personally related, and it all stems into the one thing, Reps Up Athletics. That is my brand, that is the gear, that is the line. Let's go. We got a lot of good content coming, a lot of good shit. Stay tuned, stay locked, subscribe, follow, like. Let's go, baby.